All right, ask Euge. Okay, first three questions. You guys actually turned out. It's in the car like the old days, except I'm not driving because the spots here in Spain are so incredibly tight. You need like a shoehorn to get into it. It'll take me 10 years to get out of it, but I wanted to deliver this right away. First question on Whipping Boy Sub Creature. Grand Theft Audio put it out. It's all the hardcore stuff on CD. It was called Sub Creature, Ballinger hates colons because he thinks that you can't decide on one title, then you use a colon. But I thought it was necessary here. I described it as the fucked years. And the question is, what was the question? Was there anybody in particular who helped you through the fucked years? And I would be glad to say no one. But that's not exactly true. There was a guy named Jose who ran a Cuban eatery, and I was sitting there in his parking lot eating some food I had gotten I put together like 75 cents worth of fucking change I got from the house I used to live, so not mine, but people dropped it in the yard, and I got pancakes, and I went to his parking lot, and I sat on the ground to eat these pancakes, and I was having the best morning of my life. And he came out, and he gave me a look, and I was like, oh, fuck. He came out again, gave me another look. I said, hey, man, is it okay if I sit in your parking lot and eat these pancakes? And he was like, yeah. Came out a third time, he was like, hey, come on inside. And I don't drink coffee, but he extended me the human kindness of a cup of coffee, and I took it just because I was happy to have somebody fucking watch out for me. So outside of Jose and as a Ballinger, who was the one who clued me into the benefits of eating dead grass, nobody else helped me through it. Oh, Rita Scorin helped me financially to get through it. She worked in financial aid at Stanford, helped me get through that last summer, invited me to a few dinners so I could eat that instead of dead grass. So she helped me. You know what? There are people who fucking help. So I guess I was wrong. At least three helped me in very significant ways. Second question, Madonna. Have I ever sued Madonna for all the money? Well, if you read that piece that was on Substack 2 days ago, not mine, somebody else's, which I restacked, about how Spotify is dying because they've turned themselves into the business and they don't pass along the wealth. Streaming, they said, long-term prognosis is it's going to go away. It's going to disappear because it doesn't mean anything to sell one song to 1 million people, really what you want if you're a label or a band, to sell, one song, a whole album to 1,000 people. So what they lay out in that thing is that the people who are big, whether it's Tidal, whether it's Apple Music, whether it's Spotify, the people who are big get the lion's share of the money. And in Europe, it is GEMA, some of these other music rights organizations, if you don't collect the money, Madonna gets it. And then in America, like with Tidal, even if you collect the money, you get a lesser percentage of it because it goes to the bigger names. So that's just the way it goes. I talked to Madonna once on the phone. She doesn't know it was me. I got the number and I thought it was bullshit. And I said, I want to send you guys something because you have the address. And she gave me the address and I sent them something and never heard back. I should have leaned on it then. I go, hey, what about your brother, the one living in the car? You're not going to give him money, but you're going to give me money. I go easy on her with the brother in the car thing. You got a brother who's got a bad drug problem. You want to give him money? You don't want to give him money. What do you want to do? And the third question is a salty, outre sex question. And it was off of the show where the guy goes, hey, have you ever done the thing, Mr. Robinson, the thing where you get with a guy's wife while he watches? I said, yes. But you got to think about this thing before, because what I thought about when it was happening was, he could murder me up in here and say he doesn't know me, which is true. The guy, listen, that's not the point of how I got there. The point is, these were like Chevron executives, husband and wife, Chevron executives. And they had this thing and approached me in a bar, and I was like, okay. And it dawned on me, at 3 o'clock in the morning, that she was trying to torture him. I truly believe she was trying to torture him and Because I'm good, but like good enough to 3 a.m, but she wanted to keep going and wanted to stay. And I think the point was they had a threesome and she started crying in the middle with a friend of theirs because they hadn't talked about it. They hadn't prepared for it. So they decided to do something for her. So they got her dream guy and pulled it off. But the whole time, like I'm thinking, dude could murder me. I don't know if you've ever had sexual contact while thinking about murder the entire time, but it was disconcerting in the slightest. So this is our new Wednesday, Ask Euge thing. I need you to listen on Sunday. Sunday, the Show Stomper. I don't know where you are in the world, but I usually try to start at 7:30 p.m. Spanish time. So go to Google and figure out what time that is where you are. Listen, subscribe with a thumbs up, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Ah!